I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. Keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city.
Don't stop.
Hey, rocking on. Hey, keep rocking on. Hey. You already know we keep it lit. Welcome to Spotlight Over the City. I'm your host, Stan Long, along with the wonderful Terry T-Bomb Long and also Lyric Rockstar Hawkins. Give it up one time in the building.
Woo!
Man, we got a bomb show.
Right. I wanted to keep going. I was the queen on the mic, and you know I go in.
Hit it, T-Bomb.
Thank you guys for tuning in, WLVS listeners, Listen Vision family. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you, all our Facebook family. We definitely appreciate you. We're gonna engage you guys today too. We're gonna make sure we start getting you involved in the show. Shout out to our homegirl Jeannie Jones. We got an amazing announcement to make. Today it's going to be a shocker, but we love it, and that's the fam, and we are really excited about this announcement today. Shout out to my homeboy down in Baltimore, at Be More News. Make sure you guys go follow him, at Be More News. That's the homie Donnie Glover. Shout out to you, homie. We got an amazing show, Spotlight. Well, let's get right to it. Ben's Chili Bowl.
Dang,
Man,
I need a chili
60 years, not 6 years, not 6 months. A staple in the community, a landmark in the city. These are some of the pictures from yesterday, actually. This was an amazing function. We didn't actually cover this function. We missed this one. This was one that we didn't cover. But I had friends in attendance that told me all about the function.
Look at that half smoke.
Ben's Chili Bowl has been known. Now this right here, this picture right here, Jacob. This one is Jesse Jackson. And what's the other person that's going up? What's her name? That was on the bus.
T-Bomb?
So no,
Rosa Parks?
Rosa Parks being added to the mural, and so congratulations to those two. I think it's a power move to have something like this a part of your community. People really respect Ben's Chili Bowl as a movement. It's not just in the community; they be a part of the community, a real staple in the community. That's Virginia Ali right there, the wife of Ben Ali. Yeah.
Wow.
So she's carrying on the legacy. That's what we mean by creating legacies. And speaking of legacies, and speaking of Donnie Glover, we are going to merge. I'm going to be at Black Wall Street, D.C., and he's at Black Wall Street, Baltimore. And we're doing a merge. Actually, we're going to New York in September. We're going to merge with Black Wall Street, New York. And we get ready to try to make a big move. Not try. We're going to make a big movement and wake people up about what Black Wall Street even consists of and what the movement is about. And for you guys, shout out to the whole PG County, the whole DMV, everyone here. And the reason I'm saying that is because you guys are involved in something you may not even be aware of. DC is Black Wall Street. DMV is Black Wall Street, the new Black Wall Street. If you move away and come back here, just go away a year or two and you'll see what I mean. This area has always been noted for being entrepreneurs, being power-driven, wanting more, that kind of thing. And so we do keep the dial in our community a little longer than a lot of people do. So shout out to the whole DMV from Southeast, Northwest, Uptown. Shout out to Southwest, everybody, Northeast, of course. Shout out to the whole DMV, Maryland, Landover, Sea Pleasant, the whole everybody. Because in that Mitchellville area, I mean, we're noted as one of the higher paid areas where you can average almost $100,000 here, where a lot of people never even see that. So thank you guys for being who you are. Thank you guys for tuning in and listening to Spotlight Over the City. And we just thank you for being just the power people that we are today. So thank you for that.
Moving on. That.
All right, Spotlight News. Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul, will be laid to rest actually August 31st at 10 a.m. at Grace. It's called Grace, the Greater Grace Temple in Detroit. No, we won't make this one, sweetheart. It's at 10 p.m. at Greater Grace Temple in Detroit. And some of the people that will be performing is Stevie Wonder, of course, Jennifer Hudson, Yolanda Adams, and Jennifer Holliday is among some of the people already noted to be amongst the performers. I'm pretty sure everybody who's anybody will definitely be there. I wish we could be there. This is one. Once again, Aretha Franklin is definitely the Queen of Soul. And if you haven't been inspired by her, it's probably you just don't know. that you've been inspired by her.
You can just watch the show from 2 weeks ago and get your inspiration, because I did a singing tribute to Aretha 2 shows ago. Go check it out on our YouTube channel.
You did too, didn't you?
I did. Yes, I did.
Yeah, you did good too, babe. T-Bomb, you good. You can sing though, actually.
But you know, she didn't have a will, y'all. She got like
an
$80 million estate. No will.
No will.
That means here we go probate. And all the foolishness. Man, make sure you guys do that. Get a will. You have to have a will. Even if you think you don't have nothing, it might be something more than what you even think. Your estate may be worth something. And you know, we don't need much to fight over. So don't give them that, especially her. God, that's terrible.
Yep.
That's not good. Happy 60th. Okay, let's keep it moving. Snoop is doing he's releasing a cookbook, and it's coming out.
Is it weed recipes?
Well, wait a minute. It is, but not totally.
Oh, shucks.
Now, see, it's titled From Crook to Cook.
Okay, then.
Snoop, you a hustler, bro. So, at the end of the day, what he did was you saw him with Martha Stewart. Martha Stewart and him also have a show already that's running. And so, I guess he figured, why not capitalize and cook? I'm cooking. It's a cooking show. And so, he's going to have all different varieties of food in it. And then he's also going to have a special section called Whipped and Dipped.
Yes, I like that.
And just think what you think. You know, use your imagination.
I'm going to whip it and dip it on you. Whip and dip.
Okay. Well,
come on and whip, baby.
When we doing that? Okay, so
I can with these
whip
people.
and dip.
I promise you I can.
Okay, you don't give me no one. Just jump on me. Just do it. Jump on me and just whip and dip it. There, that's it.
That's what I'm going to do.
I don't know what
and so anyway, it's going to have some of
his... to the
his...
side.
You can watch. I told you that.
Take it.
Get her.
They always want me to watch it.
It's too much, man.
Let me turn my live on so they can see what I'm... It's them two right there.
Hey, Scary, this is a family show. Let's get back to it. Okay, so anyway, he's going to have some of his favorite recipes on there under the whip and dip, which means it's probably going to be infused. I won't insinuate, but yeah. So just look for that. It's coming out October.
You know, he's doing a play with Jacarius Johnson, too.
Yeah?
Yeah, I saw that announced today. I don't know the title of it, but I saw it today. They collaborated, and they're going around the country with a play featuring Snoop Dogg and Jacarius Johnson.
Well, you know, I'm a Snoop fan. I'm a person who always, you know, was a Snoop fan. So I just like what he's doing. I like how he worked with the children.
Wow, yippee,
all that
yo,
kind of
yippee,
stuff.
yay, bow, wow, yippee, yo,
he sang that? I thought that was Atomic Dog.
Right. That's
lyric. What?
He's a dog.
That's George Clinton.
You got the wrong dog.
You got the wrong dog.
Did you say bow wow wow?
Yippee yo, yippee yay, bow wow, yippee yo, yippee yay.
For real. Okay, so lyric one more time, and your black card is freaking revoked. I almost took it, but you want probation.
Maybe they do that on that song, Snoop Doggy Dog.
Yeah, well that's the
Maybe
so
they do.
We get a pass on that one. So hey, so speaking of play, the Giz. We had a good time at the Giz.
Was the bomb.
At the MGM. We want you guys to get in the chat room. I mean, get on Facebook and let us know.
Who went to see the Giz?
Who went to see it? What did you think? We're gonna read some of your comments.
Please.
Let us know what you thought about the Giz. We covered it. Of course, we had all access passes. Again, congratulations to Cuzzo, Lavelle Long. Shout out to Vernon Williams. Shout out to Saladin, little homeboy. Man, there you go. There goes Saladin. Shout out to you, Saladin. Clean Saladin.
With the velvet, crushed velvet.
So you know, in case you guys don't know, they wrote the story in prison. They wrote the stage play in prison. My cousin and his cellie, Saladin, and it came to fruition. It actually happened. It was amazing. That's some of the clips from it. We was on the red carpet, green carpet, all the carpets, covering the event like we do backstage with Lil Crazy. And then what's my man?
I don't know his real name. Jerome.
Yeah, but you already know that's the Party Crashers.
That's Jerome, yeah.
And so everybody was in the building, had a great time. Tony Rez. Shout out to
Tony Rez.
You did a really
he killed
good
it, right?
job.
Tony Rez did an amazing job.
WB.
He did good too on the interviews too, by the way. So
thank you very much. Thank you very much.
The play
I just do what I do.
Yeah. So what was your favorite part of the play?
I'm gonna be honest with you. It was Tony Rez. I didn't. Tony, my boy, but I did not expect him to steal the show like that.
He did a great job.
He did good.
Tony Rez did an amazing job. Shout out to you, Tony Rez, over there, 95.5.
He kept it so funny, so gangster, so southeast.
He kept it. It was perfect for his role. He played his role perfect. Yes. But I'm gonna tell you, my favorite was Scooby. Scooby started with that when he ran in the audience and ran away.
No.
So anyway,
Cartier.
That was my favorite part.
Cartier, hands down. Hands down.
Cartier,
Salute
salute
Cartier
to them.
Williams. I forgot. Okay.
Yeah.
The Scarecrow.
Yeah. Okay, the Scarecrow. Cartier Williams, he was on our show. And when I tell you this young man is just
amazing.
Man, he's a legend in his own right. Young guy, a legend in his own right. He's the protege of Savion Glover.
Yeah.
Danced with him 12 years. Traveled the country dancing, doing his thing. Hoofing is what they say he does. Hoofing. I think that's a higher level of tap dancing that I have no idea what that is.
I'll show you.
But when I saw him do it though, and those three guys, shout out to the guys came down from New York too to do it with him. They did a segment together that was totally amazing. So shout out to the whole Giz cast. Shout out to everybody who performed. Shout out to the babies that stole the show to me.
The Munchkins.
The Munchkins stole the show, man. When I tell you the Munchkins was good.
They was so lit.
Shout out to Sonny Nevison, my favorite
Sonny Nevison,
Munchkin
my
of all,
favorite Munchkin.
who did her thing.
TC's daughter was in there too. Did you know that?
I did not. London?
Is that her daughter?
Brooklyn. Shout out to everybody who had, because my man said also had somebody in his daughter was a Munchkin as well. So a bunch of little Munchkins running around there. But when I say they had their performance on task, they was bam, bam, bam. Performance was precision. Everything was great. They did not, my downfall, in my opinion, was Bear. I thought that Sugar Bear should have, as the Giz, should have had a costume on, and he came out with this too little ass shirt. And I was
Bear,
like,
you know we love you, but what did they put on you?
Bear, listen, Bear, nah.
What
Bear
the hell?
had 5 minutes. He was like, that's
Bear
all they
can't, and the shirt couldn't even button up.
I
It
was
was so
like, what
tight.
the hell? Is that the Giz?
No. So I don't know if he went to sleep and left his costume in a car or what the hell. So next time we need you to have a costume like how you looked on the flyer. You need to look like that if you the Giz.
Oh yeah, I forgot he
So
did really
you-
have a
Yes,
costume.
he
Yeah,
had a
costume.
costume on the
So-
flyer.
That was the thing I didn't like, and I didn't like the fact that they had the dogs harassing everybody and slowing up
Trying
the
to
damn
get them
lines.
in right.
That security harassed people so bad that the lines was jammed up. They had to wait an hour to have the performance.
But you
That
know
part
what
I
that
did
was
not
all
like,
about.
but yeah, we that's not cool. But outside of that, that had nothing to do with them. They had no control of that. Some things happened. So shout out again to Cuzzo and them for that whole production at the Giz. It was amazing. So moving on, Drake and Dwayne Wade has invested in a digital sports media company, along with Katie and your boyfriend Nas and LeBron James.
Oh,
So,
I told you my boo has his hand in lots of different pots making money.
Yeah, he does. He has, and so I got a lot of respect for Nas. I think that he's one of the most amazing pioneers in hip hop, and so he deserves some of the things that came to him now because they got cheated early in the game.
Yeah.
You already know how that went. So anyway, let's make it quick. Former intern. This one right here. This is like
She
I have
cussed
to
out
give
the
her the
wrong
dummy of the day,
person.
but at the end of the day, you went too fast, too far, too hard. The young people, let this be a lesson. This is the only reason why I'm reporting this. Former intern. Notice how I started off. Former. Intern. That means you don't have that internship. So former intern Naomi H is where she goes by on Twitter. Took to the Twitter and after receiving an internship with NASA, tweeting, "Everyone, shut the F up. I got accepted for NASA internship." Okay, skirt. So he tried to curb her. Little guy come on in. He say, the problem came in when she was talking to this councilman. He's like one of the space council members, right? So he came on and he just put language. In other words, watch your language. And that's all he put, language. And her response to him was, I have to do a bunch of bleeping, suck my blah, 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 and lick my blah, 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 because I'm at NASA space program.
Not no more.
So his reply to this crazy nutcase was, I'm National Space Council that oversees NASA.
She done cussed at the wrong person.
You just told him to suck it and lick it. I should have did that, shorty. So I don't want to even laugh you out because I know you young, right? I know you're young, and I know that you are immature in that way. You didn't understand business. So the reason I even brought this up, not to clown you, because you're kind of slow for this one, but I gotta try to get you together on this one. The reason why I'm saying this to you, Naomi, because a lot of people in your position, a lot of people haven't been caught yet, but a lot of people gonna lose their jobs. A lot of people gonna lose a powerful position that they could have had, and a whole bunch of stuff behind social media. So you just have to be careful and be a little more smart about how you just think who looking at you when you're on social media. It may not be your supervisor. Just look at other people might be looking at you, because what happened is a lot of people start sharing it.
Yep.
And so she didn't think they would see it because she don't let them follow her on Twitter.
Yep.
Well, the problem is you can't stop everybody from seeing it when they share it because somebody who shared it might not. You get my
That's
point.
right.
So then she got laid out by, and when he said what he said, she didn't know who was talking.
Well, she could have clicked on his profile and saw that. Like, let me see who's coming.
Well, she was in the moment. You know how I go. You know, she having a Twitter beef. Like, she like, yes, I tell you what, I don't even know why you announced yourself with that language saying something of that magnitude.
You know these young
folks.
They,
so what he was saying was you can't tie Nassau into that language, miss.
That's right.
You can't say suck it and lick it and then say Nassau. You can't say F this and F that Nassau.
You know it's Nassau, not Nassau.
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 Oh, that's right. Nassau is in the Bahamas, pumpkin.
Yeah. I was going to say, but you said it so many times, I just had to jump in. I was like, you said it a couple times, let it slide.
It's NASA. NASA Aerospace.
Nassau's in the Bahamas.
All of them. The one deal with space. That's the one.
That's the one right there, baby.
That's gonna be the one.
That's right,
That's
baby.
the one I'm referring to. The one to do with the rockets and all that kind of stuff.
That's right.
That'd be it right there.
That'd be it, right?
So on that note,
like a good wife, she gonna pat him on the back
boo.
anyway.
That's right.
Y'all
Y'all like my shirt? The reason I wore this shirt today is because do y'all know whose birthday it was yesterday?
Chuck, baby.
The one and only Chuck Brown, the legendary, the one who did it the most, the best, the first, the originator, the godfather of go-go himself, Mr. Chuck Brown. How old would he be?
I think he would have turned like 82.
I want to say 82.
Because he's not that much older than...
So thank you for giving us our own music, our own style of music, our own culture. The Giz wouldn't have been the Giz if it wasn't for Chuck Brown who gave us the music to make it a Giz.
That's right.
Those things couldn't happen for this city. We
so
have
happy heavenly birthday.
Something original. And you gave that to us. So
and
thank you.
And
Chuck
KK
Brown.
did a great tribute to her dad, Chuck Brown, in the Giz.
Next time, KK, you're too damn long though, KK. You got to shut the hell up. You need to sit your ass down. You can't go too long though, KK. Damn. And so yes.
Well,
so
baby, if I was talking and doing a tribute to you, I would go a long time.
I was about to go to sleep. People started leaving. They thought it was over. They didn't even know what the hell was going on. They was like, okay, so KK must be wrapping this up. Give my coat, baby. Give me where we going.
But I'm gonna tell you
Let's
one
go
thing
eat.
is,
I said no. They ain't found the Giz yet.
Everybody don't know who KK is, so she wasn't really introduced. So if you didn't know
she
KK,
sure did.
Right, they
no,
didn't
she
say
just
Chuck
came
Brown's
out and started
daughter.
reading.
But I bet you the son came out there and added to the song, and I thought Chuck was back alive.
Oh, he sounds just like him.
He back.
And he looked like him.
I was driving through the park one day.
Yeah,
some. Oh, yeah.
But
You
he
did it,
just like him though.
Yeah, but that's how he did it. He was killing it. So
yeah, he killed
the
that.
whole production on a whole was amazing. And so I don't know. I found holes in it that people could say this and say that, but I don't have that today. I just have praises for the whole Giz
say
cast.
hoes?
Yeah, I mean, you always find something.
My little brother Reggie.
Hey, let me tell y'all. You see my shirt? The homie done walked in the building. This little guy right here is packing a powerful punch with that brush. When I tell you he's one of the most amazing artists
Show your shirt again so people can see.
Artists that I've ever. This is Basquiat. And for y'all don't know, Basquiat was a protege of who? Andy Warhol. And for y'all don't know who Andy Warhol, I'm lost after that. I can't help it. If you don't know who that is, then what you want me to do? So let's get to it. We'll be right back at this commercial. We got our guests coming up. Spotlight over the city.
I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. I keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. I keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. I keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the Carolina Philly. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. I keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina Philly. I put the spotlight on your city.
Hey, y'all. We are back with Plus One. This beautiful young lady sitting right here to my right, to Stan's left. Sandy Bittle is in the building.
Give it up for Sandy.
Woo! Hey,
Thank you for
girl.
coming.
She wanna go ahead and set your phone thing up while we.
She over there getting it together.
Yeah, she getting it together.
Okay, well, welcome aboard. Thank you for coming. Being a part of the Spotlight family.
Welcome aboard. And y'all see what we have here is her book. So we're going to talk a little bit about her book. We'll talk a little bit about what inspired her to write this book. Find out she has, sometimes it takes tragedy to put you to the other side, to the triumphant side. So she'll talk to you about her journey and what inspired her to write this book and what she's doing now and all of that good stuff. You ready?
Yes.
I'll let you use my stand. You want to use my stand?
Yeah, give her that.
I'll give her my stand.
Thank you.
Can you get rid of your cup, miss? Thank you.
What's in the red cup?
This girl keep a red cup on the set. She
My
ready
tea,
to go.
my herbal tea. That's all.
My herbal tea.
Yeah, some of my
Put your herbal tea in the Spotlight cup, man.
Okay.
So anyway,
okay.
let's get to it.
Let's get to it.
We on air.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Let's get right to it. You've recently been on. I saw you was on Lonnie B's show. I saw something about being on Dr. Oz, and also you was on someone else's show too. Someone else locally too.
I was on Fox 5, the Family of the Day.
That's right.
last year.
That's right.
I'm
Speaking
sorry.
your mic so they can hear you.
That's right.
This is
That's
the
right.
camera in front.
So, this is your camera. So why don't you tell everybody, what happened? What happened to inspire you to write this book?
Well, on September 25th, 2009, my oldest son, Reggie Cook, was shot and killed. And that was also being my birthday.
Oh.
And so, just to have your son even shot, that's tragedy. But to have him shot and killed and for it to be on my birthday, which I'm his mother, was just... It was so tragic to me when that happened. And so going through that whole situation of, having my son shot and killed, planning the funeral, all that stuff, the book was never into play when all this first happened. So when he first, was murdered or whatever, of course it was tragic and I was trying to get through it. And I just thought back to when all that happened and all the other mothers that were losing their children throughout everything that was going on and how hard it was for me, not having the support, not having the help, not knowing, where to turn. This was my first time ever dealing with something like this, not having anybody to talk to when this had happened. And so that's when it started inspiring me to, just talk about my experience and what happened to me and put it into words. That's what my therapist told me, just, to write about it. Then it turned into a book.
Write about it. I'm just sitting here, my heart is aching because, as a mom, I cannot imagine what you went through on your birthday.
Yes.
Yeah, that takes a lot of strength.
That takes a lot.
It takes it's just, like I say, it's just amazing to even have you be able to sit on a platform and discuss the issue.
Wow.
So thank you for your courage.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow.
We know that it can help a lot of people is why we have these type of stories. Not to, we know that there's a lot of violence out here and we know that things are not where we want them to be, but also we do know that these things have to be discussed in order to bring change.
Definitely.
Yeah. And I also read something about you doing some mentoring at is it DC jail?
Yes.
Yeah, tell us about that.
I just started that journey with working with some of the inmates at DC jail. This will be my first time going over there actually this Sunday with one of the pastors, a pastor friend of mine. And so we're just going over there for a church service and he's going to be preaching and teaching the word of God and, just inspiring the other guys that, giving them hope and encouragement as well as the women, for whatever they've been through that, there's always a second chance, whatever you've been through.
Yeah, and that kind of stuff too melts my heart too, because everyone deserves that second chance.
Yes.
Everyone deserves that second chance. But you probably teetering on both sides of the fence because someone took your son's life. Does that person deserve a second chance?
I think they do because my husband was telling me one day that everybody breaks the crime in some kind of way every day, knowingly or unknowingly, like running a red light or texting and driving. We all commit crimes every day.
Yeah.
And I always tell
Good
people
point.
that the only difference between me and somebody that's locked up is that they got caught. I'm
Yeah.
not confessing none. I'm just saying statutes
Right.
of limitations have gone past. But, for real, we all could be serving life for real from
You're
things
right.
we done when we were teenagers and growing up. And I grew up in Conant Terrace in Southeast DC. I done did a lot of crazy stuff. So the only difference is that they got caught or somebody snitched on them, and
Right.
I could be doing time too. So yes, I believe that everybody deserves a second chance, and that's why I wrote this book also, because the guy that killed my son, I am in contact with him. I have
Wow.
forgiven him. I talked to
Wow.
him. We talk, we text, we are in contact. We have a relationship. But that was not like, oh,
It
I
didn't
saw
happen
him.
overnight,
No, it
right?
was not like, oh, hey, let's talk. It
Yeah.
was hard. It was a hard transition for me to forgive him because I didn't want to. And it was really difficult for me. But when I saw him, he was this little young kid that made a mistake. He was at the wrong place at the wrong time. And after hearing his story about what really happened and talking to him, and then I was like, okay, I get it. I've done things in the same situation before too. It's just that, like I said, I didn't get caught. So thank
Right.
God he covered me, because I can be
Wow.
sitting where he's sitting.
But God.
Yeah, I think that everyone, if they honest with themselves, could say that you could easily find yourself sitting where people are sitting in prison. I know for a fact that it could be me. But I just want to know this. Who reached out to who in your situation as
Right.
far as this was? Did you reach out to the young man, or did the young man reach out to you?
Okay, so when we were going to court in the trial, his sister reached out to me when we were in court, and she was asking the detectives if she can talk to me, and I was like, no, what she want? I don't want to have nothing to do with them. Why she want to talk to me? But for some reason, she wanted to have a conversation with me, and it was so weird. When we was in court, we were always clashing with the other family, fighting them, arguing with them. But we had this moment where everybody was out of the courtroom. She was coming out, and I was coming in. It was just us two right there in the middle. When you go in DC courts, it's like a little you go through a door, and it's like a middle section. Then you go in. Yeah, so it was like we came face to face, and we was
Wow.
just there and standing. It was like a movie almost. And she was like, hi. And I was like, hi. Because, I don't hold grudges. I'm not a mean person. But you got to understand, my son is gone.
My son is gone.
Yeah.
Right.
And so it's
Of
like,
course.
I just want to, no, she said my brother wants to know if he can call you. And I was like, why does he want to call me? What does he want to say? She's like, I don't know. He just wants to talk to you. And so then, the trial is still going on. So I'm like, I can't really talk to him. After the trial, we'll see what happens. I just don't feel comfortable. So somehow she got my number, I think, from one of the detectives, and she was pregnant, and her mom wasn't really getting along. So she asked if she can call for advice. And at first I was like, no, you got family. She was like, I really don't. And she was young. She was maybe like 14, and she was going through a lot too. Her mother wasn't really there for her, and she was asking me for advice. And I'm like, why is this girl,
Wow.
you
Reaching out to you.
are the ones
Wow.
that I'm the
Yeah.
victim. Why you keep reaching out to me? But see, God had a plan for the whole situation.
That is
When you read
so
this
true.
book, you will see how both of our families are now connected. We well, not all of us, but some of us, like I talked to her mom, I talked to the guy, I talked to the sister, I met the grandmother, and we are like a family, extended family, and we're not really, close, like, hey girl, let's go out and eat, but we do talk, we have conversations, we text each other, we call each other and tell each other Happy Mother's Day and all those holidays and
Wow.
stuff like that. And so, but it wasn't easy, it was a transition, and it was hard, and I hope my story can help somebody else that have lost their child. I'm not saying you have to be buddy like me with the other family, but what if my son would have grabbed their gun and killed their son? Then I would
Right.
be on the other end. So I always try to put myself in somebody else's shoes and say, what if that was me? Let me see how they're feeling, because that other mom, in a sense, lost her son, so he has 45 years.
She lost her
Wow.
son too.
Yeah, it's another black male that's incarcerated, and he's been
Yep.
getting in trouble while he's in there. Who knows if he picks up another charge or...
Yeah.
So, I try to tell him, stay focused, stay positive, learn all you can, and, get in all the programs. You have a whole lot of time to think about what happened, and, just stay positive, because he was extremely young when this happened. And,
Wow.
even if he get out in 45 years, he'll still be, 60-something. That's
Yeah.
still enough time
That's
to live
tough.
his life, so...
That is
Wow,
really
that's
tough.
amazing.
I'm sitting here though, and I'm listening to you speak about the young man that took your son's life, and I hear the God in you saying, "Forgiveness, forgiveness, forgiveness." That's all I'm hearing. Forgiveness,
Yeah.
forgiveness. This is really a big deal, right?
That's God,
I haven't seen anything like that before personally. I don't know that I have the strength to be you, honestly. I just have to hats off to you and salute you and say God bless you and yours, and may He cover you continuously, because it's the strength of God that I see. I know that under normal circumstances you can't just
Exactly.
take that stance.
Yeah, that's just God.
So
That's
I see God in the whole
That's the
thing.
power of
and
God.
So without reading your book, I know it's powerful. And
Yeah.
I'm just want to just commend you. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just like, wow.
I was about to
I ain't know what
hug her.
say.
Like when she first said her first thing, I was
Like,
about
wow.
to do like that. I had to catch myself.
I know. I just see your arm. I was like,
Because it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough. And then just to hear it, it's heart-wrenching. But at the same time, it makes me smile to
Proud.
say, wow.
Yeah.
It was still something came out of it that was still
Yeah.
good. Like, it was terrible to say good behind it, but
Tragedy to triumph.
it was triumph. And
Yeah.
so it strengthened you and it put
the
you in a
name of
whole
this
nother
book here?
position.
Yeah. And let me
Victorious.
ask you, how therapeutic was that as you were writing?
It was therapeutic, but at times it was extremely hard because for some reason every time we had to edit the book, we had to edit the part of the death, going down Bury Farms, what happened, you missed this, and it was never the good parts of, like, you know, when I was at church and getting all the support. She's like, the editor kept calling me saying, "I'm sorry, but we got to go back over you know, the death when he got shot. Was it in the back of the head? Where exactly? You know, because I wanted
You had
to
to
be
relive it.
as deep. Yeah, I had to
Had to
relive
relive
it
it
in
over and
order,
over
because
again.
I wanted the reader, when other people read, I wanted them to feel everything I felt.
Everything, yeah.
And so if it wasn't about the death, it was about going to DC Morgue and viewing the body. And so you say you pulled up at the front, and then what happened? You walked up the steps, and then what happened? It was like all the little graphic things about the funeral. But and that it really helped me because I relived it, and my son was so funny, and so he was just a character. And every time I talked
Wow.
about it and redid the editing, he would come to me and soothe me, and I would think of something funny that he would do or say. And so it was extremely hard, but I'm glad I did it because it's just a blessing how God, you know, gave me back the joy after losing my son on my birthday. I thought I would never ever celebrate my birthday again, and
Wow.
he just gave me so much joy after that.
Wow. How can people get a copy of this book?
Okay, so they can go on my website at www.sandrabittle.com, and they can pre-order the book. It's going to say order, but it's going to be a pre-order because I'm just getting out of my contract with my publisher, and everything's transferring over. But they can pre-order it on my website.
Victorious.
Victorious.
Sandra Bittle.
Sandra Bittle.
Sandra
Say it
Bittle.
one more time for me.
It's www.sandrabittle.com.
Y'all got that?
Are you on social media?
SandraBittle.com.
Yeah, what's your social media?
Yes, all my social media is Sandy. Well, my Instagram is Sandy_Bittle, Bittle, and my Facebook is Sandy Bittle.
You all got that? Sandy, SANDY_Bittle on Instagram, and then Facebook, Sandy, SANDY Bittle.
And what's the name of your book again?
It's called Victorious, Breaking the
Victorious.
Silence with the Voice of Triumph.
Victorious.
Victorious. You all pick up a copy of this book. Go to her website. Support people like this, because this right here is very inspiring and it's nothing but God. So please support this young lady.
Yeah, and again, you know, our hearts go out to you, but we want to say thank you for sharing your story
Yes.
and having the courage
It's
to come on
major.
Spotlight and
Absolutely.
say what you say. And it's totally amazing to see the strength of God in you.
Yep.
And just see how you persevering and how you can reach out for this young man. And it's a lot of lesson in it. To
Yes.
me,
A lot
I
of
learned,
lesson.
yeah.
And
you
for
know.
that sister to keep coming at you. Like, who does that? Like, that's just,
Yeah.
And then
Ah.
to be face to face, though.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, because I don't
Yeah.
believe in coincidence. So when I
Yeah.
see things like that happen, I
Exactly.
already
That's
see
divine
God. I don't
order.
believe that things just happen or so happen. I believe
Yeah.
that they happen for a reason.
Yep.
So to see that happen, and then you had to have something in your mind to say,
wait a
why is
minute.
this happening? You know, like
Right.
all people to be in front of you, it's
It was
that
just her.
person. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, that's amazing. So make sure you guys get that book. Make sure you check it out.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming once
Thank
again.
you so
Thank
much,
you so much
Sandy.
for
We
having me.
enjoyed your testimony.
You're a part of the
a lot.
family now, so you have to keep in touch.
Spotlight
We always tell
family.
people you're a part of the family now.
Yeah, so when you have both signings or whatever, make sure you lock us in
Let
so
us
we
know.
can let the people know what's going on with your movement, okay?
Okay.
So again, thanks for coming. You guys
Can
clap
I
it.
say one
Oh,
more thing?
One thing.
I'm
Yeah.
doing it's called A Time to Laugh in October for victims of gun violence. If you lost a child to gun violence,
Yes, definitely
it's going to
plug
be
that.
in October. I don't have the date yet. I'm looking for a date and a spot, but I'm going to be posting on my social media. It's called A Time to Laugh, and it's to honor parents and that lost a child to gun violence. But anybody, if you lost a child to cancer
lost a
or
child.
anything,
Right.
accident, please come. We want to have some fun. We want to laugh. Laughter is good for the soul, and that's one
Sure
thing I
is.
didn't do when I lost my son. I didn't laugh. I was so serious. So all those, that's first time. It's gonna be your first Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's without your child. Please come. It's gonna be on all my social media. Just check it out.
We will support as well. Spotlight over the
Exactly.
city.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you
we'll
so
so
much.
keep us posted and then
Yep.
we can
And
make
we'll
the
make
announcement
sure we
here on
put it
Spotlight
out
over the
there.
city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Right back.
Spotlight.
We'll be right
Thank
back.
you.
I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. Keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. Keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. Keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. Keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Spotlight over the city, and we have added a +1. You want to introduce our guest?
Woo! We've got Mr. Justin Drummond in the building.
In the
Give
building.
it
Let's
up.
give it up one time.
Woo!
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming.
Thank you
my
for
pleasure.
joining us.
My pleasure.
I said, is it the Inspirationalist or Inspirationist? Because my spell check was messing up. And I said, well, wait a minute. It's the Inspirationist,
Yes,
right?
the Inspirationist.
Inspirationist.
Okay,
I never
well,
heard that one before.
I didn't.
Yeah,
Me
I'm
either.
glad.
That's
Tell
new.
us what's behind that.
So the Inspirationist is one who inspires with information, inspiration, and access to opportunity.
Love
That
it.
is the definition of the Inspirationist.
Okay, one more time so I can steal that. Say that one more time.
So it is the one who provides information, inspiration, and the access to opportunity.
I love
like
that.
Man, that just sound right.
Love
So,
that. Love that.
That's the life mission.
So you're a motivational speaker?
Yeah, so I do a good amount. I can give you all a little background.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
do
let's
it.
do
Tell
it.
us a little bit
Okay,
about you.
grew up in
Let
Prince
the
George
people
County,
know.
born
Okay.
at Howard University
PG
Hospital.
County?
Yeah, right. Raised in
HU.
Okay, HU.
Been a big basketball player. I know y'all see I was tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I played college basketball started out at Loyola University, Maryland in Baltimore.
Okay.
I was pretty good. I won 6th Man of the Year. I was nice.
Okay.
And then I transferred to the University of Toledo and played basketball there for 2 years.
Okay.
And we were really good. I definitely had a future in basketball, but everybody didn't know I really had kind of different game plan. Basketball was always a means to an end, not the
something
means to everything.
Right.
So
Smart.
when I was in school, I started a business called Spark C. And the reason why I started that business, because I've always loved safety. Behind the basketball passion, what everybody saw, I've always loved safety and security. I would always lock the door. That was my thing.
Right.
And I moved to start a security company called Spark C when I was 20 in school. Gotcha. So when I was playing basketball, and I was pretty good, I was a leading scorer for a good amount of the season. So I definitely had, people pushing toward that. But when I started the business, it kind of really turned people in their heads, like what you doing? What am I doing?
Right.
We're going to the NBA, baby. What you doing?
What are you doing?
Right.
That's the real question. So, nevertheless, and I've just seen, I've grown up around a big basketball community, and I just see, just the life of the athlete. You get injured. It's a lot of things that can change that path as quick as it started. So, going through school, I started to get hurt a little bit playing. And, I just saw the business as the most sustainable way to, definitely reach my dreams, but to just get the most out of what I know I bring to the table. Right. So after school, that was a big piece. I definitely had like the basketball fans and the people that do business. And it was definitely like I had to kind of turn my head to one side and just go with the side that I know is going to be here once all this basketball stuff is gone.
Right.
Which
is smart.
Now, the average player doesn't think like that, though.
Yeah, man. The funny thing was my teammates laugh at me now, but they used to laugh at me. For reading books, I started reading about entrepreneurship. They're like, man, what you doing reading?
Right.
But 6 months later, I saw somebody else with a book on the bus.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you see, silently,
so you start rubbing off, right?
Exactly.
You see that?
So after school, I just really decided to take it serious. I graduated with my bachelor's in criminal justice.
Okay.
And
Congrats.
Yeah, and I finished grad school in cybersecurity. So we basically do cybersecurity services. At my company now. So it's going well. It's a struggle though. But,
it's going well.
Well, it's a struggle towards something that you have a passion for and something you like to do. So that's not even a struggle at that point. It's just a time frame. Right. You're going through the motions.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, that's the
most
struggle.
Definitely. So. And also, I'm not done. So when I was, I've totaled 3 companies.
Okay.
So yeah, so
okay.
I do a lot.
I ain't mad at you.
Okay,
that's right. You talking to the wrong crew.
So the second one, I always love suits. I always thought, especially, getting people that look like me in suits, that's forward.
Right.
So I went over to Thailand, flew over to Thailand, and went to like kind of the jungle, I would say, to find just kind of the best prices, the best quality that I could find. Went through about 30 distributors, some of them phony. You got the scam artists,
process,
right? People don't understand a clue about business. But I also found a manufacturer that had been building a relationship for about 3 years. And this is one of my suits.
Look at the
inside. Look at this here. I see
nice.
something. What's this?
really
Easy?
nice.
Oh, yeah. So the company's called Execs.
Execs. Okay.
EXECZ. Execs.
Man, I love
Look at
it.
the
Hear that?
inside
Y'all
stand.
hear
Did you
that?
see
I
the
already
inside of the
looked.
blazer?
Y'all hear that? Look at that.
That's
Yeah,
that's
real
lit.
sexy.
Yeah,
That's
I like
real
that.
lit.
I like that a
But
lot.
the sexiest part of it is,
That's
though,
sexy.
is we had the best prices. So I guess how much I get 2 of these for? Well, we sell them to consumers. 2 for $4.99. And these are tailored suits. We get you
$4?
measurements.
No.
No.
I can't take
Terry,
a T-bomb.
Don't buy that if it's $4.99.
T-bomb.
Terry,
No.
you gotta get the
T-bomb.
material first. That's gotta
Then
have.
somebody got to put it
That's
together.
not even a material budget.
Right. No, but
You can't even buy no buttons for that T-bomb.
If they try to sell you a $4 suit, don't do it.
Yeah, run the other
I'm
way.
laughing at myself, y'all.
That girl said
But
$4.
$499.
Yeah.
So it's just really great prices. Not, I
So
do that.
$250 a suit.
$250 a suit. As a young professional, young people, you need suits, but we don't got the money to be dropping.
Right,
$100
$1,500 and
for
all
one
that.
suit.
Right.
You
For a
better
tailored
find a way
suit.
to, change
But that's
that
a
suit
good
around.
one, though.
Yeah.
But
That's hot.
and that's what I wanted to kind of focus on. Because I go through that, and I have to wear suits, especially being a CEO. I gotta wear suits every day. And believe it or not, people remember your suits.
That's
so
right.
they kind of judge. It's just it's a silent judgment, I would say.
Oh, yeah, no, we keep
And,
our eyes on that.
And just wanted to give an opportunity for young professionals to have an opportunity to look the part, because ultimately, how you look is ultimately sometimes how you elevate.
Yeah.
And how people
Exactly.
approach
Got
you.
that
And perception is everything. So the way you look, like when I dress, people see me different than when I'm just like this, like that
Exactly.
dressed down. It's just like a whole different
Yes,
image.
Exactly.
It's a
You
different
be
image.
so hot.
Exactly.
I be high back.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
I got to get one of these suits. I got to get one or two of these
promise
suits so
y'all.
I can be on fire. You hear me?
Yeah, we can hook you up, man.
Yeah,
We got
we
all
got-
Do
types
y'all
of
make them in
colors.
short?
Yeah, we make them
Those
short.
suits?
Yeah,
Hey,
so everything's tailored.
what you trying to do,
whatever
Larry?
your
He said he wanted
Are
to
you-
sue.
are you
I
trying
just
to
wanna
come
know
for
they
me
come
right now?
inside.
for you right now. We
Trying to
got
come
you.
for my
But
boy?
that's okay. That's okay. They say good things come in small packages.
Yes, they do.
So, Lyric, the hell with you, Lyric.
That is funny.
So anyway,
Yes, they do.
done lost.
Yeah.
But Terry was like, hey.
Hey, Jaz Micael, you hear this foolishness, man? Up next, we got the one and only Jaz Micael's gonna come on and perform live, man. But before you get out of here, I definitely want you to plug yourself. Let them know what's up next. Let them know where they can find a suit
Most
or 2 or 3.
Everything that you're doing.
You got ties to go with these suits?
Bow
ties?
Yeah, we got
bow ties too?
Well, coming soon.
Okay, we need some bow ties.
Yeah, bow ties. We got shirts. We just launched it. Like I said, I took 3 years to make sure that my connection was legit and my company I was building. My name's
I
on
love
it.
what you're doing.
So we launched it about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, no, 3 months ago.
3 months ago.
We started about 3 years. So we're still getting off the ground, but we just got to get the message out there that our quality is unmatched, our price is unmatched, especially for young professionals. We are the answer to your, let's say, professional attire needs.
Gotcha.
Yes, I love
So
it.
you can order a suit at execsuits.com. That's EXECZ
Y'all got that?
suits.
Execs.
And you can find us on
like that.
Instagram at execsuits. It's just you'll find it. It'll pop up. It's the logo that looks like this.
Yes.
Got you.
Loving it.
And one more thing. So, and also, I do the inspirational speaking. And my main message that I push is the principles of purpose. And for me, the principles of purpose have been character, creativity, and consistency.
I like that.
If you're a great character, you kind of stay out of trouble. You kind of keep yourself away from the things that can pull you away. Creativity is more of believing in yourself, like something I had to do. I had to kind of really close my eyes and just walk until I found, my purpose. And then consistency. Nothing's built without consistency. Trust isn't built without consistency.
At all.
I love it.
And that's something that, you must do to move this forward. Because I preach entrepreneurship on so many levels. And, and that's something that I think definitely black people, we need to really hone into that. Because
That's a fact.
our economic power base is only as good as we make it. And
Yeah.
So I need to get with you because I'm putting together Black Wall Street DC.
Oh, nice.
And so we need to piggyback off of that because that's exactly where that's going. We need to teach purpose for finances and stuff like that. But we got to get out here. We got a guest up next, and it's the one and only, my artist himself, the one and only Jaz Micael's getting ready to get on and perform. And we wanted to speak to him a few minutes. But before we do that, we have a major announcement. This announcement is definitely major. So, wifey, do you want to introduce this announcement to the public? This is what we've been waiting for. We just kind of still working on this thing, but starting in September, we're going to be merging with the one and only Jeannie Jones of the Jeannie Jones Show in L.A., and we're going to do a segment with her. So, shout out Jeannie Jones, Kitty in the City.
Jeannie, y'all remember
That's
the
our
Kitty
boo.
in the
In
City?
case you don't,
She was here in
the Kitty in the
DMV.
City. DMV's own, and so she's out in LA doing amazing things, and so we were blessed to connect with her. She's family, and so we're going to connect and do something totally amazing. It's going to be amazing. Shout out to the Long Way as well. We're segueing into that, so don't forget us. We have an internet TV show that we're working on as well, so that is all segueing into the same thing. But Jeannie Jones is doing amazing things on the West Coast.
First Thursday of every month.
The
Spotlight
first
over
Thursday
the city.
every month we'll have a segment with Jeannie Jones, Spotlight over the city right here. We'll merge. We're bringing DC to LA and LA to DC, and
Jacob,
so
you got that picture? That
oh yeah, we have our yes.
Yeah, y'all
60
see
Seconds
that,
to
babe?
Hollywood with Jeannie Jones, and that's with us right here on Spotlight over the city, and we'll have a 1-minute segment, and I'm sure we'll expand it into something a lot greater than that, but that's where we'll start off.
Super excited.
So we're super excited to have that whole merging thing together because we love what she does as well, and so it's a perfect combination. She's from right here in the DMV. And so now we're
Hollywood,
Hollywood, the Hollywood, like we say, DMV, man, we on our way. So for those who call us Hollywood, we accept the challenge. Yes, we are. We're not just Hollywood mentality, though, because we stay to the ground. We stay concerned about the community, and we are the people's champ. But Hollywood, here we come.
That's right.
So let's be clear that that's what we do. Up next, the one and only Jaz Micael is coming on to perform.
Before we go, Justin, plug your social media.
One more social media. This is where you can find all my public speaking and follow, everything that I'm doing with entrepreneurship at The Inspirationist, not The Inspirationalist, because usually that's how it comes off the tongue the first time.
Inspirationist.
The Inspirationist, the one who inspires through information, inspiration, and the access to opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming. We appreciate
it.
We'll be right back after this commercial. Spotlight over the city.
Woo-woo. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. I keep modeling, baby. ATL, DMV. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. I keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. I keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Spotlight Over the City. I'm your host, Stan Long, and I got the one and only Jaz Micael in the building, the R&B singer. He's getting ready to turn up one time, so get ready. Let's get it lit. Spotlight Over the City.
I've been waiting for so long for you to be my only one, and my love will disappoint you. Want you to feel it in your soul, babe. I wanna feel it in my soul, babe. Want us to feel it in our souls, babe. Feel it in my soul, babe. I ain't the type that's gonna rush you, babe. It's alright, I'll stay on ground with this loving, babe, until we take flight. I think I found the one who my soul loves, and I can't fight this feeling. I gotta let it run this course, yeah. Hoping it's for forever. In the storm, in the weather, and I'm giving up never. It's my pleasure to take my time with you. I will wait for you if you want me to. If you want me to, yeah. I've been waiting for so long for you to be my only one. Love will disappoint you. I wanna feel it in my soul, babe. Want us to feel it in our souls, babe. Want you to feel it in your soul, babe. I wanna feel it in your soul, babe. Oh no, oh yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Appreciate you, bro. Give it up one more time for the one and only R&B singer, Mr. Jaz Micael. We gotta get out of here, you guys. We gotta go. And on that note, you guys, make sure you follow him at.
I am Jaz Micael. I am Jaz Micael. I am Jaz Jaz Micael Michael.
And on that note, you guys, love hard, live good, God first. Spotlight Over the City.
I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight